Kein at the Omni Hypnosis Training Center, and you know, we just want to spend a minute with our class that we're running right now because we've had such an exciting day. Today was Rapid and Instant Hypnosis Training Day, and their homework was to leave the class, to go to the college across the street into the cafeteria, and to find people to hypnotize instantly. And I know a lot of you might think that these don't work, and you're going to hear it right from our students. They're going to tell you what happened. I'm sure some of them left here saying, couldn't possibly work. It's too fast. So pan that thing around this way, Bob. Take a shot at the class. And I want to start off with this fella here, Keith. Keith, tell him what happened to you.
Well, I went over there, and as Jerry mentioned, I was a little skeptical. So, we left here and on our way to lunch, and we've been working with each other all week. And it's, frankly, we've gotten conditioned to being hypnotized, and we were, I think all of us, me included, were a little skeptical that we were actually going to be able to hypnotize real people out there. And we went over to the cafeteria, and I noticed that everybody ate pretty slowly. In an effort to hold off doing this. And then we went out and started collecting people and saying, hey, you know what we're doing? We're doing some advanced training over at the Omni Hypnosis Center, and we'd like to try out some new instant inductions. So would you be willing to work with us? And surprisingly enough, people were really excited about it. There are a few people who had classes and weren't into it, but darn if it didn't work. And when I asked the first girl if she'd be willing to be hypnotized, she said, well, yeah. And it worked. And she had started out somewhat skeptically, and when she came up, she said, wow. And I thought, I'm a hypnotist.
Made you feel pretty confident, didn't it?
Yeah, it was great. It was fabulous.
Terrific. Here, this young lady here, Janie, she'll tell us about her experience. You went with them too, didn't you?
I did, and I was sitting at lunch and I was thinking, okay, am I going to do this? Am I not? And what story can I come up with to tell him when I tell him I didn't do it? And then, and then I thought, oh, what the heck? Nobody knows me here. I'm never going to see these people again, so what the heck? I'm just going to go do it. So the coolest thing, I worked with a couple people, but the coolest one was one little girl that had a cell phone in her hand, and 10 seconds into it, that cell phone was on the ground. And I'm like, yes! This works. I'll be willing to buy you a new cell phone. Thank you so much.
So, all right. And it made you feel terrific,
Oh, it
right?
did, yeah.
So you think these type of inductions work?
Absolutely, no doubt about it.
Yeah. All right. And let's go over here. This is Barbara.
Yes.
Tell us what you did. Barbara's from the 50s and normally quite reserved, but
Yes,
got the gloves off, didn't you?
Well, I think I'm one of the more reluctant ones of the group, not because I don't want to do it, but because I just was too worried about doing it and it might fail and all those sorts of things. But in fact, one girl agreed that she would have this done, and it just took so easily and so well that it just made me feel great.
Isn't that cool?
And made her feel great, too.
I think so. She said it did. Yeah.
And here we have Beth. Beth is went over there and tell us about it. What'd you do?
Well, I got this one guy, and he was very reluctant to do it, very nervous, but he dropped just instantly, and he went so deep, and afterwards he felt like we were experienced. He was so excited about it. He was very relaxed, wanted to know where we were from, and he said we did great, and I was very excited. My first ever, and he's thinking that I've been doing it for a while.
And what did that do to your confidence level?
Well, it felt great. It felt great. I was very surprised. It worked.
And it works on real people.
Works on real people.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. Over here, we have Mary. Tell us about what you did over there.
Well, like the rest of us, I was very nervous, but I was excited to do it very quickly because I wanted to get out there. I knew it was going to take a lot of effort, so I couldn't give myself too much time. But I walked up to this little blonde girl, and I explained to her what we were doing, and she said, I'll try it. And she just fell onto me, just boom, and for a split second, it was like oh my God, this is really working. I got to keep talking because, this is the real thing. And after that, I couldn't wait to get other people. I think I ended up working with about 4 people.
And how did it make you feel?
Oh, fabulous, fabulous. I would like to have stayed over there all afternoon and done this.
Let me ask, because some people are going to watch this who say that this is impossible, these quick inductions can't work. What would you say to them?
Oh, they do work. They work, without a doubt.
Give it a go.
Without a doubt, yeah. It's fabulous. And one little guy, the little baseball player, I could see him standing on the sidelines, and he literally went down really fast, and he was so cute. After I emerged him, he just stood there with this awesome look on his face, like he was just really stoned or something.
How long did it take you to hypnotize him? That long?
That long.
You got to work on that. All right, next to you we have Cindy. Let's hear your story.
Well, I was probably the most reluctant of the bunch. I had no problem recruiting the students. And then it was my turn, and I did everything that Jerry had taught us, and I thought this isn't going to work, and yet the whole thing was happening, and it was just fantastic. I boinked her on the head, and she went down immediately. And I told her she was going to, when she emerged, she would remember how relaxed she felt, but she was also going to feel very energized for the rest of the afternoon. And when she emerged, she said, "Oh, I feel kind of tired." And I said, "That's okay, that's going to wear off, and then you're going to feel great." And she kind of walked away, and I looked at her a few seconds later, and she was skipping away with her friends.
And how did it make you feel to do that?
Amazed. I was amazed, and it gave me some confidence. So.
Are you excited?
Oh, yes.
All right, that's great. Now, let's go over to this fella. Look at this face. Wouldn't you like to take that home and put it under the Christmas tree?
Oh, wow.
Charlie, tell us what happened here with you.
Well, it was a little bit difficult, and I don't think any of us were looking forward to going over there and accosting the students. So I was having a lot of trouble with that, but I had to go into 80s party mode guy, where there's a bunch here, I just need to find one. And so that made it a whole lot better. So pretty soon it just got to one try hypnosis, and some actually said yes, and seemed to enjoy it. I got a guy, and the first one is, but that showed up the shortcoming of the instant induction, because I pulled him in, because I couldn't tell if he was in trance or not. You can tell from her muscle relaxation if they go, but that first part where they're still a little bit stiff, never did go. The 2 gals, yeah, there was some initial resistance, and then they just kind of sagged against you. And so, but I knew it worked, because when I brought them out, one gal said, "Did I drool on you?" And the other one did too. So this stuff just rocks. It's so much fun.
How did it make you feel to do those type of
Good.
actions?
It's good.
A lot different than those old relaxation ones, isn't it?
Oh man, don't bring those up.
And we saved the best for last. Anne
Oh, yeah,
Marie,
great.
and she went over there too, and I know you've got some good stories.
Oh
for
yeah, I
us.
went over there, and by the time I walked out there, Keith and Janie were just zapping them down. We were just kind of standing around. They had kind of got the crowd kind of watching. And we did get some rejections, so people no, but you just, the first young kid, he said, "Oh, I'm on my way to class, I've only got 10 minutes. I said, "You got a minute of my time, so, if you got a minute, I can do this for you." And I could tell he just kind of went light. He didn't go too deep, but, at least it broke my confidence. You got my confidence up and broke that barrier for me. And the next gentleman, that young kid that I worked on, I could just feel him as I said deeper. I just snapped my fingers, pulled him in, and as I said deeper, you could just feel him go down. And so he came up, and you could definitely tell he was definitely relaxed and in. The third person I did, a girl, as soon as I snapped my fingers, dropped her head, her backpack just dropped. She just went as limp as a rag. And so it was that fast. I was really impressed at how fast it was going, and we were all psyched up, with each other's energies. So it was really a lot of fun to watch them just go like that, and it really does build your confidence. Now we're all ready to go back tomorrow. We want to do it again.
Well, that's exciting, and I'm so proud of this class. I really am. You guys really went after it, and you did it. And so many people out there are going to tell you these inductions can't work. They're too fast. And for you folks out there, you know, you're reluctant to listen to the teacher because the teacher is the teacher, and you don't know if he's telling the truth or not. But when you go out there and would 5 seconds or 10 seconds be an exaggeration? No, I mean, that's what you were doing out there, and probably less. And they were, some of you, maybe the first time you did it, they didn't go in very deep because maybe your rhythm was off or something. But the second time you did them, boom, down they went just into Cleveland, didn't they? You think you want to look back at those old progressive relaxation inductions, those time wasters? And here you can get in, get the job done, and see a lot more people every day and get rich beyond your wildest dreams.
Oh.
Thanks for your stories, and congratulations to all of you. Keep it going. Don't lose your energy in this.
Yay.